As the conclusion to the Diamond Games in Antwerp draws ever closer, a major factor behind the competition returning to the circuit, tournament director Kim Clijsters will have been thrilled with the quality of this week's event. A four-time finalist and the 2004 champion in her home country, a four-time Grand Slam winner is just glad to be promoting the sport to her compatriots.
I hear a lot of people say to me in the last few years, saying, oh, you know, we really don't watch tennis anymore since you retired. And so I think, you know, the more I heard that, the more it made me feel like, oh yeah, but you should, because it wasn't just me, you know, there's still really good tennis out there and a lot of great girls and personalities.
Saturday's action at the Sport Palace saw 4 of the world's top 25 battling it out for a place in Sunday's showpiece. And while spirits were high on Valentine's Day, there was no love lost in either matchup. Sitting at number 192 in the world just over 2 years ago, few would have predicted Andrea Petkovic's rapid rise back to the WTA's elite. She lined up against Barbora Zahlavova Strycova after her first top 20 win of the season against Dominika Szybalkova in the last 8. The German will return to the WTA's top 10 on Monday for the first time in almost 3 years. And the confidence she exudes from that fact is clear for all to see.
Really good indeed. It's a dialed-in start from the third seed. She gets the early break.
Zahlavova Strycova's in form herself though, having reached the semis at Auckland and the last 8 in Sydney. She was able to wrestle back the arrears before taking the lead, much to Petkovic's frustration. The German then took the contest to a tiebreak, which was far less equal than the set that preceded it. Zahlavova Strycova's hard work undone, she is fired.
Petkovic, 7-6.
Having survived 8 match points in her second round match against home player Alison van Uytvanck, Petkovic knows a battle when she sees one. Time and again she proved that she was up to the task, but this drop shot the pick as she took control of the second set. Zahlavova Strycova continued to peg the German back with some fine ground strokes of her own. The second decided the same way the first was, a closely fought tiebreak. It was Petkovic who demonstrated the necessary staying power to outlast her opponent. First final since October awaits for the 27-year-old. Her dream tournament continues.
She was moving me around the court, you know, and she sort of takes you out of rhythm. So I was playing really well in the beginning, and then slowly, point by point, I lost my rhythm, I lost my feel for the ball, and I think that's what she does to you, because she places the ball so well, she mixes it up so well. So I was really struggling with my rhythm by the end, and I just sort of said to myself, you have to stay in there and you have to win this in 2 sets, otherwise you're gonna die in the third, and I'm really happy it went this way.
Competing in her second Premier level semi-final of the season, Karolina Pliskova faced a trying test against tournament 5th seed Carla Suarez Navarro. The two have already met once this season, as Pliskova got the better of her high-ranked opponent in the quarter-finals at the APIA International in Sydney. But the tables were turned early on here, Suarez Navarro starting the brighter as she set the early pace. The Spaniard looking to get revenge for that defeat in New South Wales, which included Pliskova serving 4 aces in a single game. Having won 12 of the last 14 games in her quarter-final win over Francesca Schiavone, Suarez Navarro came into this matchup full of confidence. And it clearly showed as she extended her lead with an expert passing forehand. The world number 17 is chasing just a second tour singles title. If she remains this clinical, then she has as good a chance as anybody of lifting the trophy here. Pliskova's wavering defence continued in the second set, but just when the Czech thought she'd hauled herself back into contention...
What? I mean, are you kidding me? That get from Carla.
Wow.
Where did that come from? One of the shots of the week.
Suarez Navarro with a masterful piece of improvisation to save break point. And in a performance littered with quality shots throughout, the Spanish number 1 saved one of her best until last. A win in the showpiece on Sunday, and she could move to a career-high ranking of 12th in the world.
I played really good today in Sydney. I play also good, but she has a really good match. I feel a little bit tired, and today was completely different. I start really good from the beginning, and I'm really happy.
To stand any chance of winning a second WTA singles title, Suarez Navarro will have to make it past a resurgent Andrea Petkovic in Sunday's showpiece.